Hey guys, it's George with Diamondyard Sportscards. I'm here with the first of one of 3 videos I'm going to do about the pickups that I made in 2019. I want to wish everybody a happy, healthy new year. I hope everybody had a great 2019, and I just really enjoy being part of this card community with all the great diversity of collecting that's out there. And I'm just happy to be part of it. I want to put these 3 videos together to kind of give you a little insight into kind of what I've been doing. And so here we go. So guys, my first pickup of the year, and this is going in chronological order beginning in January. First pickup of the year was this Mookie Betts Topps Gold rookie debut. He had come off winning the MVP, and I just figured this is a time. I like the Gleyber Torres. Shout out to Silver Jackify Joe. You can see the top of the stadium there, just like on the Gleyber rookie debut from the 2018 Topps update. This is numbered to 2014, the 2014 Mookie Betts. Now, also, one of my gold cards this year, and this was the big pickup I got out of the way early, was the Willie Mays rookie card. You know, what can you say about Willie Mays? I can't. My father-in-law, who grew up on the East Coast, he watched Mays play. He was a Phillies fan, but he clearly has always said this is the greatest baseball player that he ever saw play. It's got a little wax stain there on the back, which is common in these 51 Bowman cards. But I just thought that the centering on this thing was fantastic. The registration was fantastic. And I couldn't find a better 2.5. It was within my price range, and I got fortunate to pick this one up. So that was nice to get that one out of the way. We all make our goals. The next card I picked up was this Rodney Cline-Carew in a Gem Mint 10, 1980. His first year, his first card with the Topps card with the Angels. There was no Peachy in 79 and Hostess. So the 7-time batting champion, Rodney Cline-Carew. Shout out to Joey Brings It. I know he loves Rodney, and was happy to pick this one up. Next one was a Joe Morgan rookie. Didn't really have this on my list, and I'm not a big SGC collector, but this came available, and I bought it off of Rob Rosen, who works for Heritage Auctions, and I was really shocked at how reasonable it was. Am I going to cross it? Maybe. I've shown a lot of these cards off before in different videos, but just kind of all putting them together now on this 7.5 new grade SGC. The next card I picked up, my buddy Eric traded me this card because he had picked up a 5.5. I traded him a slew of cards, and I picked up this Joe D, 39 play ball Joe D, a really, really sweet card. The centering on this thing is fantastic. The registration's really good. He had bought a 5.5, which I believe that Joe Silver Jackify has a 5.5, but I couldn't say no. I traded a few cards to him for this, you know, a Maze, a Jackie, but I was happy to pick this up. It's a little bit low, but otherwise, no complaints. Next card I picked up raw and got graded. Now all of these cards were picked up January, February, March, and maybe April. This is a Walter Johnson strip card, W551. I think these came, I think I mentioned this before, but I think it was also baseball players, but also other kinds of sports guys like Gene Saracen and maybe Johnny Weissmuller. But I got this raw, got it graded, didn't get a grade, but it got authentic, and I was happy with that. Next one, Hank Aaron, 1970. Hammer and Hank, 8.5. Added this to the Hank registry. I was just trying to, I didn't have this Hank, and I think I've mentioned this before, but the back is really nice. I don't particularly like this card because of his look on his face, but this came available and went off late at night, and I think I got a pretty good deal on it. So that's an 8.5. We're closing in here. I have about 13 or 14 cards of each of the 3 different videos. This was a Juan Soto refractor, and this is numbered to 250. Big on Soto. Obviously, he ended up winning the World Series, but just a fantastic card. I think, you know, if you get a chance to pick up a Soto that's one of the, you know, flagship or chrome Sotos. You should. Any kind of numbered one would be wonderful. So there's a little bit of modern mixed in here. The next one was a Michael Jack Schmidt, 1980. Again, very fond of the 80. I'm very fond of the 80 set. I really kind of started collecting a lot in 1980 when I first got into it when I was very, very young. Schmidt won the MVP in this year, in 1980, and he would win it again in 1981. 64, Roberto Clemente in a 6. It's not a 7, it's a 6, or an 8, but it is a nice 6. Really great color, centering's pretty good. The back is awesome. Even though it's low, but it's really orange. The 64 Clemente, I like this card a lot. Big fan of the 64 set. Next one, coming down the home stretch, and this was probably also in March-ish. Koufax, 58 tops. Don't collect a lot of Koufax, but I try to collect high-end, all-time Hall of Famers, and this came up, and it was a good deal. You can see by the stats is before he became dominant. He wouldn't become dominant until the 60s. But 58 Koufax and a 6.5. And, for those of you guys getting into vintage, 6s are becoming, the new 7, and 7 is the new 8. The prices of these keep going up, so they're, good to pick up. Satchel Paige, Upper Deck Sweet Spot Materials, Gem Mint 10. You can see the stitching right there. And, as I said in my other videos, I think you want some kind of representation as where the jersey is from. The whole idea of the Panini just putting stuff on cards and saying this is a Babe Ruth bat card, you have no idea. At least they're not making any representation of it because they know the legal language. They can't be held accountable. In this case, their Upper Deck is saying that this is from a Cleveland Indians game and worn by Satchel Paige. So I got a couple of these I'm going to send off to PSA. I picked up 2 more of these cards, but I really like anything that involves Satch. Last card of the first third of the year was this Jackie Robinson exhibits card in a 5.5. I've noticed that these exhibits cards seem to be going up in value, and they're just a little harder and harder to get. There was a 7 Canadian exhibits tonight that went off on eBay for well over $300. This is a 5.5. There's nothing on the back, but on the front you have a great picture of Jackie, I believe, on the Montreal team. Anyway, guys, I'll be shooting another couple videos here, so I hope you enjoy this, going through the pickups from 2019, and keep collecting.